Well, I'm actually gonna film this like a month ahead, though. But I'm gonna be dropping this along with another video right before the Ahsoka show comes up. Cause, um, hang on just a minute. Hmm. There we go. That's more like it. What is up, everyone? What is going on? My name is Matthew Long. I'm well, no longer the football boss. I'm House of the Seahawks here. My bad. And we're gonna be doing something little bit different today. I've been planning on this for quite a while though. I also had another video that I kind of came up as the show went along. We'll get into that, unfortunately. But no, this, in my opinion, is how to fix the book of Boba Fett. And if you like today's video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Though, so I know the people are watching this. Though, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. MATTHEWLEININGER. Obviously, when I be putting this out though, the preseason will most likely have started though, which means the football season's coming around, which means we're gonna have lots of new reels of me reacting to NFL games though. So I'm super excited for the football season to come around though. But in the meantime, we're gonna be talking about Star Wars because when I'll be posting this though, Ahsoka will be just around the corner though. So, what did I think about the Book of Boba Fett, though? Well, obviously, probably wasn't the biggest fan of it because I said we need to fix it, though. But for me, I know a lot of people didn't like it, though, which is understandable, though. The first 4 episodes are flashback Boba Fett episodes, and then it was taken over by 2 Mandalorian episodes, and then there was a rushed finale, and then it ultimately just felt like a side quest for Mando, and then Mandalorian Season 3 comes around, and for people who didn't watch the Book of Boba Fett, it's like, wait a minute, you were off with Luke Skywalker, and understandably so. And then I'll have another one about the Mandalorian Season 3. Oh, gosh. But for me, I didn't mind the beginning of the Book of Boba Fett. I kind of like the nuance, though. For me, it felt like Game of Thrones. Actually, I hadn't seen Game of Thrones yet, though, but it was kind of like a Game of Thrones where it's like you have like the mayor, like the Pikes, though they don't want Boba on the throne. Boba doesn't want them around. Like, that's kind of like a Game of Thrones. And Mando comes around, helps him with the stuff. Though it's a present timeline, flashback timeline. It's a good idea. It's just the way they told it just doesn't make any sense. So I have a breakdown. Well, wait, this is the wrong page. That was another video I was doing. I have a scenario where I think the Book of Boba Fett works. Though I like this, though. I don't know if it would be better than the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. If you guys watch this, though, let me know down below in the comments. So we first start off with episode 1. And honestly, I wouldn't really change much about the first episode. Just I said right off the bat, though, I kind of liked it, though. I thought they were going for what they were for what they were going for. It was like the flashback timeline, the present timeline, though, and I felt like this was the episode that balanced it out the most. So the only thing I would really say is probably make it longer, slow things down a little bit, though, or make something like Pop, where you have like when Boba and Fennec get attacked, though. Maybe make the action like a little more cooler, make Boba Fett look a little more badass, though. That's where I would probably start out with this, though. But yeah, he gains the trust of Tusken Raiders, though. End episode. I'd probably say this episode around 45 to 50 minutes, though. And then you have episode 2, and this is the episode that I probably struggled with the most. This is probably the episode that would probably rush things a little bit, though, because this time we're combining a whole bunch of stories, though. So for the flashbacks, though, I would probably say don't make it so much on the flashbacks, though, because this is when I felt like the show was starting to lose a little steam a little bit, because I was like I'm more so like focused on like the flashbacks, though, but I just don't care about the present timeline. If you're going to do a past and present timeline, you have to make us care about both. So balance out a little bit more. So where you have like 40 minutes of flashbacks, though, cut that in half, like 20, though. Make it go at like a steadier pace, though. Just I didn't mind the idea. Also, no lizard up the nose and like have Boba go and find the stick, though. Just literally have him go, okay, you know what I mean, though. Here's your stick. Oh, thank you. Here we go. All right, I am now a Tusken Raider. Something like that. I don't know. Like, I don't know. that to me was a little bit weird the way they did it though. But yeah, so for the present timeline though, so just as I said, like cut back in the flashbacks a little bit more. For the present timeline though, I think this would be a great time where you introduce the Hutts. Actually, technically, that they already did that though. But basically, be like, hey, we don't want you around. We have Black Chrysanthemum here. That evening, Black Chrysanthemum attacks Boba Fett. Not in his bathtub though. I also thought it was kind of weird how how Boba is in his bathtub. It is like in his bathtub. Like every time the flashbacks come around, make it be just once, and then that's it though. So yeah, basically like have him be like do. Oh crap, Black Chrysanthemum though. Big epic fight. He goes into the Sarlacc pit though. In the end, let's come back. Hear me out when I say this. They're like, oh, we're sorry, bye, and they leave. They're like, you can have Black Chrysanthemum. Boba, let's say he recruits Black Chrysanthemum, or I don't know, maybe he gets him back in like 1 or 2 episodes, something like that. You also get to meet the mayor, though. You also have is it Danny True? I don't know. The guy with the mustache who says, I'm gonna have to look him up. I'm sorry. Got it. Danny Trejo, or at least I think that's how you say it, though. So yeah, like he kind of hints at the fact that like Boba could ride a Rancor. Keep that in mind. Also introduce the street gang because like okay, with the street gang though, I like the idea. I just don't like the way it was executed though. Okay, first of all, clear and obvious thing: make a match. Don't make them look like they came out of Alita Battle Angel though. Like make a match. Don't make them so colorful. Like it just looks weird. And and then obviously when the mayor the mayor's assistant they break in, they're like, hey, like we need to talk to the mayor. He's like, oh yeah, he's in the back room. He leaves. Come on, better chasing out. Like, come on, make it more epic. And then obviously Boba flies in, like ready to interrogate him though, and you find out right away that he's working with the Pikes. And final little scene, this could get people talking though. You have a scene where you have the Hutts, the mayor, and the Pike leader. Pike leader that we'll get into in a little bit though. They're basically sitting in that like little like hotel room that they're in, where they're like, hey, like everything's in motion, like we're getting there, and then maybe like the Pike leader's like, hey, don't worry, I have someone else coming. Show a little hologram of someone. Don't show who it is. Like show like a glare for it though, and then like end the episode right there and be like, what's up with? And it's like, what's going on? Start to see right away that shit's gonna go down, and I don't know. It could probably I don't know. People could probably start theorizing who is that person, who is it going to be. We'll get into that in a little bit though. So that would be the end of episode 2 in my opinion though. We have about 55 minutes to like an hour though, somewhere around there. Probably not an hour because Disney doesn't like doing hour episodes because it's too long. Yeah, who cares? So yeah, so then episode 3 comes around, and your flashbacks though, you meet the Pike leader that we just established earlier. So it's like, oh hey, look at that, it's the same Pike leader though. And then of course, as Boba's on his way back, he sees the flare come up though. Mandalorian season 1 finds Fennec though, and then he starts bringing her back to. Well, actually, no, he brings her to the doctor. He stitches her up. And flashbacks right there. So they don't officially get to meet. And I think what's good about that is that then you know that they're probably going to meet next episode. You're like, oh okay, I can probably see where this is going now. And so then right after that, I think this would be a perfect time where you develop your villains a little bit. Though what I mean by that is I don't think it needs to be like a 10-minute scene, but I think you could just have like maybe like 3 or 4 minute scene, maybe 5, probably don't need to be 6, where you basically have like the mayor, the Pikes, and the Hutts like all in the room together, basically saying why they want Boba Fett out though. Just develop them a little bit more. Don't make them, obviously they're not going to be like the greatest villains in Star Wars though, but like I don't know. Just make it just make them have some more reasons though. And I think all three have good reasons because you can have the Hutts. Well, the Hutts are like, well, one last people that was on the throne was Jabba. Boba's on the throne. That's not good. It technically belongs to us. So they want it back for that reason, though. You can have the mayor being like, he used to work with the Empire. That he's a bounty hunter. He's a dangerous guy. Which obviously, since this is episode 3, you saw a little bit of that in episode 2. You obviously saw that in The Mandalorian, though. For people who read the comics, though, they will have read that in the comics, though. And plus, he did work for the Empire, though. He caught Han Solo, remember, in Empire Strikes Back. Best Star Wars movie still. And it's a legit reason on why they don't want him around. And then the Pike's like, hey, Spice. This is for Spice. We want Spice here. We want to rule over Tatooine. And I feel like all three of them could come to a reasonable agreement to be like, hey, guess what? The mayor, you can still stick around. The Hutts will rule. The Pikes, you can do whatever you want. As long as you don't bother all three of us, they can come to just a mutual agreement. Though it's a reasonable and logical compromise between the three of them, where they go, hey, we don't like Boba, we want him out, and we all have 3 good reasons why. You develop your villains a little bit, so therefore it's not like you have the evil twisting villain like, wahaha, I'm evil, that's it. This scenario, it makes you go, yeah, I get that, but you're still not good. You're still not the good guys. And then in the final scene, you have Boba Fett meet with the elders, though, hint at Mando a little bit, though. And, like, so, it's a little slow. It's a little slow, but we're about to pay it off, though. So, this one would be about 35 to 40 minutes. And then you have episode 4, and that's when you get to have your awesome Mando badass scene. Now, the reason why I'm still putting Mando in here is because the fact that Mando showed up in this show, I didn't mind that, though. It's the fact that he took over his show. I mean, did Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and Bo-Katan take over The Mandalorian Season 2? Well, yeah, but then they didn't take it over story-wise, though. The way I'm about to write this, though, he's just going to be around as a side character, just helping Boba out with this mission. So he goes to the meat parlor. Though I can bring you in warm, I can bring you in cold. Guy bites his hand, starts shooting at him, takes out the darksaber. Like obviously this would probably be the best scene of the show so far, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun. So right after you have that amazing opening scene, Return of the Mandalorian, how gonna have the Mandalorian theme mixed in there, we'll go right back to flashbacks to prove that this is still Boba's show. And so yeah, so your flashbacks though. You have Boba and Fennec, they get to meet for the first time. He brings her back to the Tuskens though, and she's like, I don't trust the Tuskens though. Like you know what they can be like sometimes. Ugh, not good. And so kind of maybe have this like drama go on for a little bit though. Obviously don't have her like kill anyone though. But he's like, oh no, they're my family. I trust them though. Just no. But but she's like, hey, you saved my life. I mean, you're dead. But I don't like this. I don't like the fact that you're working with the Tuskens. So that would be the end of flashbacks though. And so that's when you have Mando again. Mando kind of goes back to a buyer of his, and maybe it's a familiar face. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's someone that could come in the Mandalorian Season 4, maybe, or like down the line. Maybe they even show up in Ahsoka. I don't know. And so he gives them a mission, and it's hey, you're looking for someone on Tatooine. So right away, I know what's gonna happen. So he gets on a ship, flies there, starts looking for the person, has like the little like the beeping device, and just beep looking around, and maybe he finds one of his men, like probably one of the street gang people though. Just as I said in this scenario, they match. Nate's looking around, being like, "Hey, can you?" Nate was like, "Hey, he's like, could you help me find this though?" Or like, Nate just, I don't know, find a way for him to go to Boba Fett. And then I think something else that would be cool though. This would be nostalgia reasons, of course. Just to have Mando and Boba sit in a room together, like I don't know, kind of like a therapy session. Kind of like a therapy session where they're just like sitting in chairs. Maybe have this like shot where they both have their helmets on. The branding reasons probably could put it on a shirt though. But to me, I think it would be kind of cool if they were just sitting right next to each other with their helmets on, just I don't know, just like talking, just talking. Maybe they're talking about like the previous shows. Maybe they throw in Easter eggs though. Like all of that could probably be a lot of fun though. And so so in the end, just as I said, it would feel a little bit like a side quest though. But man, Neighbor Bobo could be like, "Hey, I need some muscle. I need some help defeating these pikes." Man is like, "I'll help you if you help me find this side quest though." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Okay, some people might have a problem with this, but just as I said, we're trying to get Mando in, but don't make it seem like Mando is taking over his show." And then your final scene, this I have a nice little touch for. The Pikes end up recruiting the JL gang. The JL gang that Boba kills for no reason. The gang that's like there just for the, I don't even know why they were there. Just I don't know. I thought they were setting up something for them at first in the episode 1, which we still have that though. But yeah, that's about it. So this is another episode about 35 to 40 minutes. And then you have episode 5. You have your flashbacks though. I don't really have any details on this though, but maybe someone else could come up with it though. The flashbacks show the JL gang attacking the Tusken Raiders, and this I think is the opportunity to show they're bad. They are a big threat. So right away, you go to episode 4. It's like, I mean, whether it's feel like, wait, who are these guys, or maybe people really have been looking into sort of like, oh, these are the guys that they referenced earlier. Oh, okay, all right, not really at the moment. Not really much to think about though. This episode make them go, oh, that's not good. That's really bad. So just connecting things, making things matter. You hint at something in episode 1, like, oh wait, who's this JL gang? Episode 5, oh, they're not good. They're bad. So yeah. Just I don't have any details on that though. Maybe someone else could come up with something though. But basically, that's what you do. The flashbacks are all JL gang big threat. I literally have that written on here. And it doesn't have to be anything big or anything. Probably could be about 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter, maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. And so then the present timeline, you have Mando on the side quest though. Maybe throw some tension in there. Maybe throw some action in there. Don't make it like super. Don't make it like super difficult though, where like we end up killing people though. Obviously, Mando gets the guy in the end, probably brings them in cold, and yeah, and he basically goes like, "Hey, I'll help you out. I will help you. I'll help you take out the Tusken Raiders." And a perfect person Mando could go to help would be Cobb Vanth. He'd be the great person to do it though. Mando met him. Boba did. So yeah, he's like, hey, you need muscle? I know someone who can help. Takes off. Takes off to Freetown. Obviously tries to recruit him. He can't. And well, actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. No. He ends up doing it though. Everyone's like, I don't know about this. And then of course, you have Cad Bane come around. And this is where you go. Here we go. We hinted at this earlier. That hologram is Cad Bane. Or maybe you even have like another scene earlier though, where where you have like, oh no, there's a Mandalorian that showed up though. He might be gaining some strength a little bit. It's like, don't worry, my guy's on his way. Don't say his name. My guy would be perfect though. So right away you're like, oh, because first of all, it's a cameo, and second of all, it's like, oh crap, this is bad. Shoots Cobb Vanth. Don't make him die. Don't make him die. I thought that was kind of stupid how they were like, oh, he died. It's like, Really? Really? I remember Hunter in the Bad Batch getting shot in the shoulder, and he was fine. He's like, if a guy gets shot in the head, okay, make him die. Someone gets shot in the chest, little fatal. Shoulder, he should be fine. Could be worse. So yeah, we can kill the deputy. He was kind of an idiot. And so yeah, right away that once again proves like, oh crap, these guys are legit. So now all of a sudden you're like JL gang big threat, and now they have Cad Bane. What I've been doing for the first 5 episodes is both sides are gaining strength. They're gaining muscle. So obviously you probably assume I'm gonna have a big epic battle near the end. Coming right up though. And then this is just for kicks. I'm just doing this just because you probably don't have to have this particular person there. Let's have her show up. Let's have her make her like she's still looking for Thrawn though, but like I don't know, maybe I don't know, but just find a way to bring her. Just find a way to bring her in though. Just for cameo purposes. You probably don't have to put her in there though, but just so yeah, I don't know. To me, I just want this just because I'm a big Ahsoka fan. And so yeah, this episode, make it about 40 to 45 minutes. So we're keeping it in like the Disney time. And so you have episode 6. I don't know why I have Boba sees Mando in here, but oh well. Okay, well, all right. So this is where then episode 6. Oh wait, I know why I say that though. Whoops, sorry. I lost track of a little bit of what I was about to put in. Whoopsies. So episode 6, this is where we start connecting things back to the Mandalorian a little bit there. Where we start connecting back to the Mandalorian a little bit, where he's like, hey, they were like, I don't know, maybe he's like minding his own business, or he's doing something with the Tusken Raiders though, and he sees Mando with his armor in the Mandalorian season 2, right up on the cliff, and he figures out like, he has my armor, I want my armor back, but like also have it in a way where it's like, my armor can protect you guys, but the Tusken Raiders can be like, hey, you've already protected us, right? But he's like, no, and they was like, no, I need my armor back. And so that's when Fennec, and so then that's when Fennec can come around, where like, oh, and also because of this JL gang big threat, this is where Fennec Shan trusts the Tusken Raiders. So it's once again a character arc for her, but it's also a developing your other villains. Cool idea, or at least this is what I think though. And so Fennec agrees, and so Fennec agrees to go with Boba. They get his shit back, fly off, and flashbacks right there. And so and so then the present timeline, this is then where you have the elders attacked. So the elders that he met with earlier though, that said they were going to be a truce though, but like have them like all like scouting throughout the city though, so therefore when the elders start attacking, like we have like shootouts in like multiple different areas though. Maybe we kill the Gamorrean guards though, and but in the end we end up capturing one of the elders though, and maybe you have this like amazing badass scene where like Boba's like torturing him, obviously PG-13 violence though, like maybe like stabs him a little bit, or like he's like punching him though. Have a little scene with that though. I also think this could be an episode where like right before they like start like right before they start scouting though, like maybe you have like Boba kind of like walk out of like the Sarlacc pit being like, man, this training is hard. Keep that in mind. And so yeah, so they're and so then one of the elders, they break. Probably Mando kills him in the end. And or actually no, he'll feed him to the Rancor. We'll say he feeds him to the Rancor. And so, but right before he feeds him to the Rancor, they end up figuring out the bad guy's plan, and kind of and so meanwhile you have like all your characters, like all of Boba Fett's strength in one room, and then that's when you can have Ahsoka shows up, like maybe like door opens and you're like, wait a minute, who is this? She walks in, and you have and you have a whole bunch of main characters together. They don't. The only person who knows who Ahsoka is I'm sorry, not Boba, Mando, and the episode right there. So therefore now you want to see the next episode because you're like, oh man, I want to see like how things are gonna go. So episode 7, I'm sorry, episode 6. This one will be about 45 minutes. I think that's a good reasonable time. And so then episode 7, not your finale episode. We're adding 8 episodes because 8 episodes is better than that just feels a little better though. So episode 7, you get to have like your little like character meeting and stuff, and so then because they know the bad guys' plans, they're like, hey, we gotta go take care of these guys over here. Let's try to take them out. But in the meantime, I think Boba and Mando would be perfect though, where they run into Cad Bane while they're kind of like walking in town, and you just have this big awesome fight because Cad Bane, Mando, and Boba Fett, like those are probably like the 3 biggest badasses in Star Wars though, or at least like or at least like non like Jedi though, non Jedi Force users though. Just have them go just like all out. Just put all your eggs in the basket, or at least like most of them though. And they obviously in this scenario, Mando is still struggling with the Darksaber though, so maybe he's like trying to swing it around a little bit though. Like just go all out. Just have a big epic fight between the 3 of these guys. This would have been so cool. I would have loved this though. And so in the end, Cad Bane kicks both their butts. He has them both on the ground though, and they basically says like, hey, we're gonna attack in the morning. You guys better be ready. Like flies off. And actually, I don't think I touched on this though. But then at the beginning, but then for your flashbacks though, like I don't know, maybe have like Bubba be like hopeless, where like, oh darn, like what if I made a mistake? I can't get my armor back. Though Fennec tries to bring him up, and then the tracker comes up. They go to the planet, and then maybe you have this like brief little moment where they're like, hey, go this way, where Fennec goes to the top of the hill ready to snipe Grogu, Mandalorian season 2. Or like maybe you show a little bit of like maybe you have a scene where Boba suits up though, where you get to have like more awesome scenes with Boba Fett though. Make him be about Boba, but then also make it clear like, hey, we have now connected the past timeline with the present right before the finale. So yeah, that would be your flashback. So we're done with flashbacks right now. Then you have and then you have a scene where Boba and Mando kind of go back to everyone. They kind of go back to like all of our other characters and stuff, and they're like, man, we got a big battle to fight. We're gonna need an army. You're gonna have Boba and Fennec go, I know where we can get an army. Black, don't end the episode yet. Boba takes a ship, flies out to the same Tusken Raider camp that we've been setting up for 7 episodes. Because you have episode 1, he gains their trust. Episode 2, they recruit him in. Episode 3, he meets Fennec Shan. Episode 4, she doesn't trust the Tuskens. Episode 5, jail gang witches. And also makes Fennec trust them though, so therefore it's important for 2 reasons. He sees Mando, then we, in the last 2 episodes, start connecting the past with the Mandalorian season 2, which makes sense. And so Mando, wait, I'm sorry, not Mando. Boba goes, hey, I have a war to fight with the Pikes and the JL gang, which remember, they attacked us both times, so now this is personal for the Tuskens. And he's like, I need your help. Now, don't show right away that the Tuskens are like, oh yeah, we're in. Probably they would go, oi. Don't have them go like that though. Save it though. Save it for the final episode. But basically do it in a way where it's like, okay, they're gonna say yes. There's no way you go, hey, will you help me though? Even though this is personal for all for all of us to basically be like, no, no thanks. So yeah, this episode 35 to 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer though. And then you have your episode 8. And so right away, I mean, well, okay. You have them like meet up in like the bar, like don't go into the action right off the bat though. Slow things down a little bit though. Where just I don't know. Just you don't have to go into the action right off the bat though. Like maybe take about 15-20 minutes to kind of slow things down a little bit though. Basically be like, okay, here we go, like everything's in place though. Don't reference the Tuskens. Don't reference them yet. But basically have it in your mind, be like, they're coming, right? And then also around this time, Cobb Vanth shows up with his army. So basically everything is together. So the good guys, let's see. You have Boba, Mando, Fennec, Freetown, Ahsoka. In this scenario, the Tuskens, we won't have they're not there yet though. Black Chrysanthemum though. Yeah, let's not have the Gamorrean guards. They died. They died earlier. So basically, Boba's got a big army. The bad guys, they have the Hutts. Let's say the Hutts have an army. The JL gang, the Pikes. What else do we have? Cad Bane. That's quite powerful. Oh boy. This is gonna be one epic battle. And so I think right off the bat, you like Boba and Mando start. Now, if there's something I loved about this fight, it was Boba and Mando first starting out, just shooting all the Pikes, and they're just going all out though. And then when it looks like they're down, it looks like everything's hopeless. Like instead of Freetown coming in, just have this sound in the background go, or. You know what that is? You know that's the Tuskens. Come on, that's like the perfect war cry. That's like the perfect scene to like make you like, okay, who's gonna rescue them? Oh yes, it's the Tuskens. Yes, let's go. Like that instantly makes you like, okay, for me, that would instantly make me excited. Tuskens come in and like Boba and Mando stand up, and then you just have everyone come in, on their side. And then everyone comes on their side. And I think you just have this scene where they're all just charging towards each other in the same. Maybe you're playing like epic Star Wars music in the background though. Just have everyone go out though. Like you have Ahsoka swinging her lightsabers around. Like maybe she even goes into the stance where she kills someone, just goes like this. Well, actually it's more like this. So like show just show Mando, just like maybe one time he'll be like pew pew pew. Takes out the Darksaber, starts going through guys though. Boba's going crazy. The Tuskens are going crazy. Black Chrysanthemum's going crazy. Like everyone's just going crazy. And so in the end, they end up retreating. The droids come in. We start and we don't know what to do. We're doing everything to stop them though. We can't stop them. Boba goes, I have an idea. Boba leaves, and they're still fighting. They're still trying to shoot him though. And when all seems lost, you get Boba on the Rancor, just as said, we teased that earlier, and he just goes out and he just starts destroying the droids. And so yeah, they end up destroying the droids. Or maybe there's even a moment where like you have like the Tusken leader kill the JL gang leader. I don't know. He probably won't be memorable though, but it's like, oh, that could be like a little satisfying. Or maybe you have an emotional gut punch where you end up killing the Tusken Raider leader. I mean, it'd be sad, but of all the characters that you could probably kill off, probably could be the Tusken Raider though. Just to make you just have like the entire mix of emotions to make you like, oh, this is so cool, but then like, oh no, I liked him, like that's so sad, like yeah, something like that. And so then you just have one more fight between Boba and Cad Bane. Don't have Mando involved because Mando is not the main character of the show, but you have Boba and Cad Bane, and don't have Cad Bane just lecture Boba the entire time. Have him just go out. Just have them all just like fight. And then in the end, Boba will kill Cad Bane. And but he will end up killing basically all the other bad guys, though. Because, I don't know, something that felt a little anticlimactic and a little weird to me is when Fennec came in and just killed all the main bad guys and didn't even join the final battle. No, she doesn't do that. She's in the final battle. Boba and Fennec come in, hang the mayor, shoot the Hutts, who probably haven't even done anything all season, and then Mando, and then Mando, not Mando. Why do I always want to say Mando? Boba comes in, and he's just like, surprise, motherfucker! Shoots him. Okay, probably don't have him say that though, but just, I don't know, just have him do something like that to like make you go, oh yeah, good, kill that guy. And yeah. So basically everyone lives happily ever after. Everyone respects Boba. Don't have Boba go, you know what, I'm not sure if I was made for this though, because like this was all about you ruling, you getting respect, and you're just gonna go, yeah, no. And I don't know, the assistant, I don't know, maybe we kill the assistant in the battle, or maybe or I don't know, maybe he joins Mando. I'm freaking crap. No, he ends up joining Boba. I don't know, something like that. Or I don't know, maybe he joins the bar, or you know what though, maybe we have a love interest though. I don't know. But yeah. Just, no, everyone lives happily ever after. Mando flies off, though. Basically, this is just another Mando side quest that basically, if you go from the Mandalorian Season 2 to the Mandalorian Season 3, don't make it go, ooh, you have to watch Boba Fett in the middle. Basically be like, you go from Season 2 to Season 3, and it's all good. And so, you one of your final scenes, you can have someone drag off Cad Bane. Like, he's on the ground, like, in the dark. He drags him off. Make it very clear that Cad Bane is still alive. And I think what could be cool about this is because Cad Bane could show up in anything. Don't have him show up in The Mandalorian Season 3. I'll take care of that in a little bit, though. But yeah, he could show up in The Mandalorian Season 4. He could show up in Ahsoka. Maybe if we have Book of Boba Fett Season 2. Or maybe he shows up in the Dave Filoni movie that's going to come up, though. I don't know. That could be interesting. But because all three of our like leads, Mando, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, since they all know about Cad Bane now, and all three of them think that he's dead, he could show up in anything. That could be very interesting. So yeah, but don't show who it is. Maybe it's someone from the comics. So maybe it's a villain we left behind that I can't remember. Though I don't know. Maybe it's like the Empire though, or I don't know. Maybe it's someone new. Maybe a new bad guy we're going to introduce along the way. I don't know. Basically make it clear he's not dead. And yeah, credits start rolling. Kind of ending the show. This, I think, could be a little tease. Your final scene, you have Luke Skywalker and Grogu training. Just a little scene where... like you show the de-aging. He tries to go for a frog. He says Grogu. He puts it back, raises up all the other frogs. End scene right there. Because first of all, that's a cameo way. Second of all, you're teasing The Mandalorian Season 3, which is coming up next. And it doesn't affect the story. That same scene I will literally put in The Mandalorian Season 3 when I get to it, though. And this episode, yeah, we're going to go with something that Disney probably won't like, though. This is going to be an hour and 15 minutes, or somewhere between an hour and 20 minutes, though. Don't make it 30 minutes. Make it long. Make it long. Maybe it's a little over an hour. I don't know. But just go all out on this battle, though, and just make it big and make it epic, and everything we've been setting up for the first 7 episodes, make it pay off. Could it be a little slow at times? Yeah. But could it get paid off in this episode? I think it absolutely can. To me, I would not have been disappointed if this was the Book of Boba Fett. I really wish they went down this road. Unfortunately, they did not. But it's just the way things go. So yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comments section, though. I have the Mandalorian Season 3 video coming up right after this, though. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, MATTHEWLEININGER. And I will see you all here next time. Bye.